Hi, I'm Christina Chilcote.
And I'm Eric Call.
And we're coming to you from IPTV News here in Los Angeles at the brewery.
We're here for the 2007 Art Walk, which happens only twice a year. And today we had a chance to meet lots of artists. And the people that live here just seem to be able to make it work. Some are able to survive completely in their art. Others, maybe they have to take a part-time job, but they're making it work. Is there anything that inspired you today?
Oh, tons of things.
Everything.
Pretty much everything, but the one thing that I see that I want is the pod belt for sure.
The pod belt is a wonderful little belt action that everyone should have. I'm sure Batman envies her.
Definitely, definitely.
We also do something called the pod belt, which is my favorite product because I created it and it changed my life. Seriously, I used to spend a lot of time looking for my stuff and now I don't. I have keys on my pull chain so I never have to take them off. I keep a pen and a lighter on there and just all my stuff in the little pouches, and it's completely modular so you can mix and match and put things together however you want.
Well, I have a friend who actually bought a pod belt already, and she is ecstatic about it. Now, is there something like on the website this can be purchased, or do you have to come down to the brewery?
Absolutely no. Podbelt.com.
Okay.
We have our full line of pouches and accessories and belts available on that website.
Great.
As well as being able to come down here to Art Walk, or people who are local to LA can contact us and just come down here to our workshop.
So we're here with
Dara Danielle,
and Dara Danielle's here at the brewery. All of her work is featured here at this space. And can you tell me how long you've been here and what brought you to the brewery?
Well, I've been living at the brewery for about 2.5 years, and I initially moved down here from Oregon. I was wanting to I was living in a small artist community up there, and I was wanting to be closer to a big city, and the brewery was perfect because I was really looking for, a strong, tight-knit artistic community. So I found that here for sure.
How did you find out about it?
Actually, I had a friend who lived here, so I had visited.
So when you came, you got the feeling that it would be a place that would work for you and you'd feel comfortable here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What kind of people live at the brewery?
All kinds. I mean, that's the amazing thing about this place is that, any medium that you can imagine is represented here. Mm-hmm. And all sorts of people. I mean, you really have the full spectrum. There's just such a creative buzz happening at any given moment that it really kind of keeps me focused. And
so artists stimulating artists, and you're continuing to be inspired. Is that what's working?
Completely, yeah.
Great.
And it's just convenient. I mean, 50 yards to my left, I have the man who photographs my work. I have my printer to my right. My framer is right just across the way. So
one-stop shop at the brewery.
Exactly.
That sounds like very convenient for an artist.
For sure.
Wish you luck today.
We'll enjoy the rest of the art walk.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I wouldn't leave it if I could. Why, everyone knows it's the only place that represents the human race.
I'm with Guillermo Bert, and we're at the brewery. And I wanted to ask you a little bit about your barcodes.
I am doing this series of the barcode that is called Branding America.
Branding America.
Yeah, because the original idea was to brand the concept into this media. It seems like everything has become a commodity nowadays. So, I mean, we're talking about justice or democracy. Yeah, they're exporting democracy here, but in reality, it's like becoming a commercial product that doesn't resemble what it really meant to be or the actual value of it. So I think things have been tarnished by the commercialism, the materialistic approach to this concept,
Yeah.
something that you can, it's like a commodity, like any other thing that you trade.
And how long have you been here?
Well, I've been here at the brewery for many years, like 12 years or something. But I show extensively. One of these pieces with the White House and the white lies, with the barcodes. It was recently exhibited in the museum in Long Beach, and also San Diego Museum of Art exhibited some pieces a few months ago. So these pieces have been very well received, even though that they are with a political angle to it. But the climate is such that is being
We're ready for that. Is that correct?
Right, definitely.
I'm glad to hear that.
I've been here at the brewery about 8 years, and went to an art walk like today and realized I had to be here because it's just such a great community, such a great opportunity. I work in linoleum block prints, reduction lino cuts, more specifically, which is a medium that's just not out there very much. Picasso did a big series in the 50s, but it's such a different medium that in a gallery setting you don't always get to be talking about your work and describing the process.
Exactly.
And so with this, I have thousands of people come through, and I can have my process set up and be talking about my process. And you know, twice a year, I just open my doors and have an opening. You know.
Hi, this is Christina Chilcutt coming to you from the brewery, and I am here with Lance Anderson.
That is correct.
Now, Lance, tell me a little bit about what you do.
This is the LA Podcaster Studio 1. We use this studio to record audio podcasts, and we've shot some videos here too. And podcasting is sort of the trend in new media where, the big media companies are now repurposing their content and putting them out as podcasts, but there's a lot of us independent producers that are creating our own content and putting it out. My personal podcast is called Verge of the Fringe, and on that I tell stories about my life.
Okay.
And the group, though, the LA Podcasters, there's a wide range of stuff, including shows like Goodnight Burbank and French Made TV. And, we have everything from yoga instructors to people who do shows about organic food. 2 years ago, many of us were doing mostly audio podcasts at the time, and they're really iTunes wasn't even involved with podcasting back then. It was very early days, and so I decided to put on meetup.com a notice, hey, we'll meet at the farmer's market, and that was 2 years ago, and here we are. We produce podcasting events as well, and we're very tied in with the podcast and portable media, or actually they're calling it the Podcast and New Media Expo in Ontario, California in September. So we're putting on a little video festival there, we do live recordings on the floor of the show, and we're always doing new things. We're doing live shows. One of the guys that does a show called the Hollywood Podcast, he does live shows, and we're working with him to do stuff. So
now, if someone wanted to go check out your podcast, where exactly would they go? Would they go to the iTunes, or do you guys have more or less a website?
They could go. I think the best starting place would be lapodcasters.com.
Got it.
Or they could find my personal podcast at vergeofthefringe.com.
Okay.
And basically, if you don't have a .com behind your name of whatever you're doing, you're probably not in a good position.
A little bit of behind the times, I would say.
Anything.com.
Christina Chilcutt, I'm with IPTV News, and I'm here with Sharon Gray. Sharon, now tell me a little bit more about your theater house that you have.
Well, this is Playhouse Theater Players, and we were founded in 1991. We actually specialize in the golden age of radio.
Okay.
There was a bunch of volunteer actors, professional actors that came together, and we decided to go back to the 1940s and do that kind of show. But about 3 years ago, we moved into this lovely theater space, and we expanded our repertoire so that now we're doing regular productions, we do cabaret shows. And right now we're running a show called House on the Hill, the Mammy Pleasant story. And it's about a woman that was considered the mother of civil rights in the 1800s. She and a Scottish gentleman by the name of Thomas Bell got together and made $30 million in San Francisco. So we thought we would do that show to figure out how she did it. We're non-paid volunteer actors who come together, who are professional, and I'm doing this in my retirement.
Now, what brought you here specifically to the brewery?
That's really funny. My publicist, because we were looking for a theater in Santa Monica, and someone told me to come here. And this theater space I shared with a name that some of your listeners might be familiar with. His name is Harry Mastergeorge. He used to direct the Mary Tyler Moore and the Heart to Heart shows.
Okay.
And he's a wonderful theatrical instructor, and he teaches classes here Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And we have it as a working theater Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Oh, excellent. Awesome. Well, you heard it here first. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, definitely.